Hi, and thanks for joining us on video 1, what is an essential oil? So I want to answer some questions that you probably have, first of all, about how these differ from, say, perfume. So essential oils are not perfumes. They are the lifeblood of the plant. They carry nutrients and oxygen into the cells of the plant, and they carry waste out of the cells of the plant. And what they do in the plant, they also do in the human body and in animals. Other things that they do in the plant would be repelling insects and attracting other insects and protecting the plant from things like disease. So you can see why these would be really useful to have in our lives. So an essential oil is usually created through a process called steam distillation. There are a few exceptions to this, but most of them come through that process, which is basically like taking the plant, the bark, the branches, the leaves, the flowers, all parts of the plant, and they'd mulch it up and put it in a big pressure cooker. And that creates a vapor as the steam rises up through it, and when the vapor mixes with the oil, it goes through a condensating tube, and as the vapor condenses, it will separate water from oil, and the oil comes out of a little tap. I personally have worked on the farm myself and seen this process, so it's really amazing to watch it all go. Essential oils are super potent, so they're much more concentrated than an herb. And so people will say, well, why can't I just eat herbs? Aren't herbs super healthy? Of course they are, but you have to ingest and digest the herb and then absorb all the nutrients. And if you have any disrepair in your gut, you don't have good absorption, and so you're not getting the benefits of the herb. But with an essential oil, we apply it topically or we inhale it, and it goes into our bloodstream and it works on a cellular level. So if you put a drop of oil on the bottom of your feet, a lot of people will say a few minutes later they can taste it in their mouth. And that's just how fast it moves through your body. And so these are much more powerful than herbs. Not to say that herbs are not useful for your health, but this is just another way to get the health benefits when you're not having optimal health in your body. Oils work extremely fast. So one drop of oil can hit every cell in your body in 20 minutes. And so that's amazing. They're very effective, and a little dab will do ya. You don't need a huge amount. People want to go using large amounts of oil because we feel like more is better, but that's not the case with essential oils. You really only need a small amount. And if you've never tried Young Living essential oils, you will find that ours are very potent, much stronger than what you're experiencing in other brands. And so where you might have needed 3 drops in another brand, you're only going to need 1 drop with Young Living because they work deeper, longer, better. So that's really the basics of what is an essential oil. Another really common question that I get is, what's the difference between an essential oil and a cooking oil? How are they different from, say, coconut oil? And so that's what we call a carrier oil. Carrier oils are fatty oils that come from the seed of the plant. And so you'll find that they have a greasy feel to them. They will mark your clothes. They're good for cooking. The reason that they are greasy is because they have larger molecules. So when you put them on your skin, they're going to sit there. They don't really absorb very fast. And when you combine them with an essential oil, that's really effective because you can keep the oil on your skin longer. So especially if you're dealing with a skin issue, that can be really beneficial. But you're also slowing the absorption rate of the essential oil. Essential oils have teeny tiny molecules that absorb very fast into your skin. So you'll find when you put them on your hands, you don't have a greasy feel. Their hands are dry after. They're very clean that way. And so if you're experiencing a greasy feel from essential oil, it might actually be diluted with a carrier, and that's something you want to check on your bottles. Carriers are really effective for making massage oils, for diluting on sensitive skin, on children, on elderly, and for dealing with hot oils. So some of the oils are very hot. And you can also use them to deal with any kind of discomfort that an oil might cause you. You might have an oil that normally doesn't bother your skin, but suddenly it's kind of burning a little bit, and that can be because something different is going on in your body. And so we just apply the carrier oil right away onto that, and it slows the absorption rate of the essential oil, and that takes away any of that discomfort. So it's really effective, and one of the most common ones we use is coconut oil. Young Living also has a pump called V6, which is a very light vegetable-based complex. So you want to use a vegetable-based carrier oil. You don't want to use butter. or anything like that, but avocado oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba, shea butter. It just depends on what kind of use you're having for it, but I just go with tried and true coconut oil when I want to dilute my essential oils. And you'll find that the fatty oils are also not aromatic, so they don't usually have much of a smell to them, but they're great for lots of other uses and certainly healthy for our skin.